Welcome back to the Vic Fix. In part 1 of the Clement Chronicles, we went deep, from Bombay beginnings to Bangalore nights, from Inferno's hip-hop scene to the making of India's top open format DJ. But today, it's time to flip the record. In episode 2, we are keeping it real and keeping it fun. We are pulling out old photos, roasting Clement on his own memories, throwing rapid-fire questions he can't dodge, digging into gig horror stories, and even a few DJ confessions that you won't hear anywhere else. This isn't just about beats and business. This is Clement Unfiltered. So let's get straight into it. This is Vic Fix, the Clement Chronicles Beyond the Booth. Clement, welcome back to welcome back to episode 2. Such a pleasure to have you again.
I didn't get it when you said in part 1 we went deep. I was like, what are you talking about? The first one did not bad, huh?
Amazingly well. And that's why we are back with another episode. So today, what we are going to do is we are going to go a little offbeat. We are going to start straight away with a section which is my favorite. This is called the photo roast.
Okay.
I pulled out a few gems from your past. You know, photos that you have posted, photos that probably should have stayed hidden. Okay.
I have only posted them.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, walk us through this photo. What's happening here?
Oh, this is in Thailand. I had parked it in a no parking.
Okay.
My bike was towed,
Right.
and out here I was paying the fine.
And you're clicking a photo while you're paying the fine.
Yeah, so I kind of requested the cop. By the time he said no, I'd already taken one. So I clicked 2-3, so just to show him that
Right.
I deleted one, but I still had one. You know, they go to your hidden folder, right?
Yeah, and they
Deleted folder for me.
items.
Yeah. So I was in the police station in Phuket.
What's happening over here? What are you telling Akbar Sami that you know that he just can't stop laughing?
So this was in Bandra,
Right.
in Bombay, at a place called Tap.
Yeah.
So we have a set of DJs. We are on a WhatsApp group,
Right.
and we have named that group Superstar DJs,
Okay.
because we are all superstars.
Yeah.
You know, but no. If I tell you the DJs who are a part of that WhatsApp group, then you know everyone would agree to the name. So Akbar and Akhtar also are part of it. So is Bobby, Akhil,
Right.
Suketu, all these guys. So we try our best to kind of catch up. So we try to kind of be entertained or entertain in that group.
Yeah.
And we try to make a plan to catch up and meet and hang out.
Okay.
So most of the time it happens in Bombay because half the boys are living there.
Right.
So this was one of those nights, and I possibly had 2-3 beers only, because this is at least like close to 10 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it might have been some kind of a subject or topic, I don't know, but like definitely, I mean, if Akbar is laughing
Yeah.
that hard, means it must have been some like a deadly joke,
Right.
or some funny picture.
Can you tell us what's happening over here?
Among all these DJs, right, they all have been, in their time, they have all been, how do you say, toy boys or whatever, like, you know, they've been a girl's dream. Whether it has been Bipin, who's not with us anymore,
Right.
whether it is Dheeraj, Vachan, Sasha, and then I am there, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm actually talking to Sasha's girlfriend.
Okay.
back then. माफ करो शाशा की बीवी, अगर आप कभी ये podcast देख रहे हो तो it's about 30 years back. But back then, so this was I think a party in Sasha's house. He had I think it was his birthday or something like that.
Okay.
But this birthday was a very memorable one because all of us were here, and it was just that era when phones had come with a camera. So I think this is possibly from one of that captures. And this was a very special moment also for us because we all came from different places, different backgrounds. Nobody over here comes from a well-to-do, super rich kind of a situation. We're all DJs, and like blissfully enjoying. I wasn't trying any tricks and stunts over there. I wouldn't be in the frame otherwise.
Right. Okay, how about the next one? What's happening over here?
Oh, Vicky, you have really done a great job, my friend. This again is Thailand. Thailand is known for its spas, massages.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know about that part? But spas. So this was in one of the malls over there, again in Phuket. And it was I love pampering myself. Okay. So I've actually kind of reduced it, I think, right now. But earlier I was more into these things. I would go for a facial. I would go for cleanups. I would go for massages. I bite my nails. That's the one disgusting habit that I have among the many.
Okay.
But my legs I can't bite. So I go for pedicure. And I love that stuff. Like anyone touching me and doing things, I love it. मेरे को अगर कोई छू के कुछ कर रहा है ना तो मुझे बहुत मजा आता है.
और ये आपने बोल के करवाया था या ये पैकेज में ऐसा ही था?
ये पैकेज है. ये क्यूकम्बर कुछ पैकेज है जिसपे they like, and actually I told them because back then my girlfriend, she started really she was laughing. So that's when I said, can you take a picture for me to see what it's like later on? Yeah. नाक का गैप देख रहे हैं?
हाँ, थोड़ा सा
उतना रखा था हाँ सांस लेने के लिए. So this is actually in I'm a Catholic, so we have something called the First Communion. So this was my First Communion, and this is my one of my family-like friends called Wilson.
Okay.
Who I actually just met in US. I was there with him. We were staying together at that time. I was staying with Wilson, and this was our first communion party. We are just fucking just like Jitendra. Look at that. No, white is the dress
that you wear.
The color that we need to wear.
Yeah.
But our moms were, I think, like Jitendra fans or something, because like, wow, my mom also sitting in the back there. That's my mom.
Okay, we'll go to the next one.
Wow.
What on earth is this?
Dude, you have really gone... I think this episode, we are going deep. So like I told you, I love to pamper myself. I go online and I see all these products and this, that. This was one of these...
you look straight out of the Avatar movie here.
Not thoda bahut, na? Except for like where my eyes and all, it looks like from Kardana. But this was some face pack, yeah. मैंने घर पे अपने में से like लेके लगाया था. This was my Bandra apartment. ये सब डालने के बाद ना पूरा स्किन ड्राई हो जाता था यार. But शौक था.
I have no words for this one.
So there was a party in Catholic Club, and when you entered in the lobby itself, there was a photo area. Yeah.
Right.
So all these props were kept over there.
So you weren't dressed like this?
No. ये औरत का चश्मा है भाई. बाल तो एक बार के लिए समझे, But no, actually vice versa also. No. So I wasn't dressed. We were just having fun at the booth.
You want to read some of the comments on this?
Yeah.
Ma Baker.
Bob Baker.
Finally golden hair on moon.
I was, I would try to do things to keep myself and others entertained. But this was just like a photo. You can see that at the back. It's a photo booth, yeah.
What's happening here?
This is in my own house where I used to live in Bombay, in Bandra. I was in a 2 BHK, but my landlord also lived in the same place. So I was more like a paying guest, But then we had a terrace. It was just a 2-floor building.
Okay.
On the second floor, Hussein used to live, DJ.
Okay. Hussein.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So I used to first live with him.
Right.
And then his house went into renovation, and I moved down to really close to our friend Paul's house.
Okay.
Like I miss those days that I used to be living in Bandra, and especially in Hussein's house, Paul's house. So this was the Christmas party. I one time decided to have one because to be very honest with you, Vicky, most of the time for Christmas we are working. I've always been living alone, you know, so I never had a reason to celebrate it at home.
Yeah.
But so one time, I don't know what hit me. I had like, you know, it was a good situation in Bandra, and Bandra, living in Bandra is like, you know, living in a country by itself, like, and you have all your friends around. So this party I had organized, and again, came up with a funny name called Meri Kiss Miss Party, and I printed one T-shirt for myself. Yeah, this was a rooftop Christmas party. This was, I think, few years back on Instagram. You know, always there's something going viral, right?
Yeah.
Some trend.
Right.
So this was show a picture of you 10 years, something, कुछ 10 years वाला picture का कुछ निकला था ना कुछ साल पहले.
Right.
So this is that. And now this one side is not me actually, it's Shine. So this he made.
Okay.
He said, "Do you know this trend is going on?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I can't be bothered to find a picture of mine from 10 years." So he's like, "No." So this Shine made, and I think when you quickly look at it for once, it resembles a lot, you know.
Right.
But then I think I'm still better looking.
What's happening here?
Oh man, these are loud. Look at the eyes, dude. This is from 2000, possibly 4 or 5. This is right here in Indiranagar. You know where Barbecue Nation is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Barbecue Nation building, or the building next to that, there was a club.
Right.
I forgot the name of the club. So this was again a submerged stage dance party, which Nikhil was doing. Even Pearl was there. There might be a picture even with Pearl.
Right.
But then again, once again, Vicky, look, I have hair. So it was just one of those crazy nights, and submerged nights back then had a lot of depth and meaning, because it was very popular in the underground cultures, I would say, because they would do Thursday nights at a place called Rock Bottom in Bombay.
Right.
You know, and it became really popular. Sanjay Datta, this one, all some really fabulous Indian talent would come and play.
Yeah.
People would show up, but you know, somewhere down the lane, everything has its own cost. So this is Nikhil clearly drunk and me clearly drunk. Look at our eyes. Now when we meet, we go for Pani Puri. He lives in Bandra. I used to live in Bandra.
Right.
And there's one really popular Punjab sweet house on Pali Naka. It's my most favorite place for chaat. And Nikhil and me both like the Pani Puri from there. So it's the same distance for me from this side to reach there, and for him to reach there. So we choose that destination to meet, have a chat, and catch up with each other. It's no more over tequilas.
Nice. I think with that we come to the end of this segment. But thank you for walking us through all these memories.
Some mad pictures, yeah.
And now we are getting into the next segment, which is a rapid fire segment. One DJ that you will never go back to back with.
Akhtar. He's got too much energy. I can't match.
Right.
He is extraordinary, and I don't think I don't see someone else also do a back to back with him. Because once he starts playing, right? There's a lot of DJs like that. Once he starts playing, he gets into a very performance zone.
Right.
You know, the world is cut off for him. Then it's about the entertainment. We are double dholki together, you know. But then there is no back to back. Like he plays.
He does his section.
Then I play a little while, and then he plays. But given a chance, I would just dance next to him.
Yeah.
So no back to back with you, Mr. Akhtar.
One underrated DJ that deserves way more credit.
I think there's so many, man, Vicky. There's a DJ called Aman Anand.
Aman Anand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, like, you know, he's a underground producer.
Okay.
But again, underrated, you know.
Your most played song in the last 5 years?
Lady. One is Lady. Mojo. Lady. Yeah. One is Subha Hone Na De. And then there's obviously Shakira.
Hips don't lie.
Yeah, but this is all I'm talking about in my commercial segment of
course.
genres.
Most overrated club in India?
I'll be very honest. I don't know why, but like I don't play much in these super nightclubs. Okay, I'm more of like bar and because right now the kind of sound that is working in big nightclubs, it's either techno,
right,
or if it's on a Bollywood level, then it's got to do with EDM kind of Bollywood.
Right.
So I don't play that sound. So that is one of the reasons. But actually, let me not just fuck with anyone. Peace, boys. You're all good.
What's the craziest request someone's made at your console?
So there was this one time when a guy came up to me and he tapped me and I like yes sir. So he's like, excuse me, Mr. Officer. So I felt good. Like now I'm like, wow, this guy doesn't know I'm a DJ. He's calling me an officer. He possibly doesn't know the term. So I said, yes sir. Like, excuse me, Mr. Officer. So I thought, is the monitor too loud? I cut the monitor. I said, yes sir. Excuse me, Mr. Officer. I said, now how much do you want me to excuse you, man? Then a DJ next to me started laughing. He's laughing. So I said, hey, kya? He's saying he's asking for hot stepper. These were my initial days of DJing. So I wasn't that fluent with the lyrics and stuff like that. But obviously, like, excuse me, Mr. Officer. We all know that one line. But I didn't think he had wo wala mang. Right. But there's also been one more. One like, do you have that song? Mr. Low, little bit of music. Then again, Mr. Low, again, little bit of music. It was bombastic. Yeah. The people have their own unique ways of asking for songs. Like, again, this is my initial days of DJing. There's a club, blackout, rectangular, straight space. Console is on the floor. There's just a facade like this. And this side is closed. So this side is closed in such a way that you can actually rest your ass there, if you're outside. But this side has the opening one door like that. Right. This guy opened the door and he's just like looking around like, I said, kya ho gaya? The toilet kidhar hai? I was like, what the fuck? That's one thing. Then I've had someone coming and giving me $150 once. So I thought it's a tip. I put it in my pocket and I'm playing. So he's like, beer there. I was like, what the fuck? He thought it's a bar or something. There's lots of things here, Vicky. I mean, life has been very entertaining in its own way in this business.
Awesome. Thank you for walking us through that section again. And now we are going to jump into the next section, which is called the Unfiltered Takes.
Just don't fuck me up.
What do you think of Instagram DJs? Are they good for the clubs or are they hurting the scene?
Look, they're definitely hurting the scene. Today, it's about what is trending, what is catching on Instagram. Even for someone like me, who's almost been around for like almost 27 plus years, I need to have a certain amount of followers for the client to kind of close out on me and all of those things, the kind of content I would put. But it is what it is. Like, we have to be adaptable to these things, right?
Of course.
But at the same time, you need to be talented as well.
Right.
Yeah. But I see a lot of talent out there, which is not talented. It's just about tamasha. And for some reason, something that they have done has gone really viral. Right. And they're getting booked. Yeah. They're getting booked, and it's like amazing to know that the super clubs are booking them. Like, what do we say? I mean, if you're selling out for such stuff, then we don't have a say, right?
Yeah. I would specifically want to bring to your notice this one video that popped up a few days back on my feed, in which there was this one guy chugging beer.
I was about to talk about this. This guy takes a bottle of beer, he bends down, he puts it in his mouth till the time he possibly chokes on it, and he plays the song Jugni, because I think his name is that. In fact, I had a small banter with. I don't really have banters with people because it's like to each one its own. But on something that I had commented, he wrote to me on my inbox. Okay. And we had a little tutu meme between us, and and he's a Delhi boy, so he was trying to be a little like, I will show you kind of a thing. I'm like, I'll give you my address, but these things hurt.
Right.
You know what I mean? These things feel stupid.
Of course.
Like, you do something else that showcases talent on the console. Right. That's amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
you're resorting to gimmicks.
Yeah, gimmicks and props and stuff like this. But then there are chutias over there also standing and like, staring. I don't know whether they are liking it or not or whatever
Right,
it is.
yeah.
Or it doesn't matter to them these days.
Of
If
course.
the club, whatever they're programming, they possibly think they want to go there because it's the happening place.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, kudos to the guys who are booking these guys.
I know
Like,
the
it's
standards
like,
drop
wow,
to such
like,
levels. So
and I don't see it as a good sign also, to show a skill of drinking and stuff like that.
absolutely.
Not that I haven't done drinking. I've done a lot of drinking in my past,
Right.
but that was not my skill.
Right.
That was like, I wouldn't say, hey, guys, turn up for my show. I'm going to drink a bottle today. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say out there.
Right.
Like, I'm going to play good music. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
So,
Why do venues spend crores on interiors but compromise on sound?
yeah, because they're dickheads. They don't understand. I'm telling you, the owners of some of the most fantastic looking bars, clubs are possibly some of the biggest chutias. I'm not even kidding. Like, if I have sat with so many of them, they have taken reference, advice, ye, wo, sab kuch. I'm not saying don't spend because look matters,
Right.
But what is the bottom line? Like, please tell me, how much are you going to appreciate the look of the place?
Of course.
You come there once,
Yeah.
you'll be like, wow.
Yeah.
You come the second time, you'll be like, wow. But every time, wow, thodi karte koi.
Right.
It has to be, after some time people are drunk, it should be about the nightlife,
Right.
which is your sound and lights,
Right.
which is your visuals, all of those things. And there are now, thankfully, some clubs that are doing that kind of stuff. But there are also equally bad places,
Right.
and
Yeah.
not equally. I think like
Worse.
the worst places are 80%, the better places are 20%.
Right.
And it feels shit because I have been called to so many places sometimes when it's about to get ready. They call me, we want you for the launch, sab kuch. When I go look at the place, I'm like, where's the console?
Right. He'll be tucked away in a corner.
No, it's not
somewhere
even
small.
there.
Yeah, it's not there. Yeah.
It's not there. Now for the opening, we'll put it somewhere. It's like that.
Right.
And the entire concentration is on the look of the bar,
You're right.
the feel of the bar, all of those things, which is fair enough. It's your money. But brother, also invest in the actual equipment that is going to, make you look something special, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's the sad part of Vicky.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the biggest debate then happens between, they call the sound engineer much after the architect has finalized the design.
Of course.
Then the architect and the sound guy has an
Have
issue.
a clash. Yeah.
If the sub is placed here,
Right.
the top is placed somewhere. It's a
You're
body.
right.
It's a body.
You're right.
You can't place the ass here
Yeah.
and the neck there and the
Yeah.
face somewhere else. These are people who just have the money and have the wrong advisors,
Right.
and they get bullshitted by all these people.
Correct.
Yeah, and that one person who's trying to tell them the truth, okay, they don't
Get
listen to that
sidelined.
person.
Yeah.
They're sidelined. And 3 months, 4 months down the lane, when another club has opened, equally better looking, but are now going there,
Yeah.
this guy is now thinking, what do I do? It's like that.
Right. Right.
So we feel sad to see, wow, what an investment, but in the wrong places.
Yeah. What should older DJs do when they start aging out of the nightlife scene?
Am I one of them? Just be honest. One is firstly concentrate on your appearance, because these days that really matters a lot. The way you look, the way your presence, your appearance, all of that matters a lot. So you need to condition yourself for sure,
both physically and mentally.
Yeah. In every aspect that you can condition yourself well to sustain and to adapt to today's expectation. Do it. And then I feel also go out again and start socializing again, network again, and slowly try and put it out there that I'm available. If I'm don't have any kind of ego, or don't think you're putting yourself down, because for me, I still ask. I still ask, like I will ask my friends on the weekends that certain weekends or the month that I don't have much work, I will call and tell them,
Right.
I don't have this thing, if there's anything, let me know,
Yeah.
there's no, for me, I don't see any ego or something,
Of course.
it brings me some money, I'm
Right.
happy with it.
Right.
So I think that's one of the things. Also, don't try to be too cocky, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
right? People go with a very negative approach. They want work,
Yeah.
but they will talk like as if they're top of the bosses. I know some people like that.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
want to name them,
Right.
but man, you disappeared from the scene for some time, thinking
Yeah.
that you are going to do something
Right.
extraordinary.
Right.
It didn't work out.
Right.
Now you have come back.
Yeah.
So if you've come back and you're approaching those people, you're approaching not the newer generation, you're approaching the generation that was with you
With
and
you.
still doing well,
Right.
right? Just make it look like you need a job, no?
Right. Yeah.
Because today ego does not work.
Yeah.
I need to see that you deserve it.
Yeah.
You come to me like with an attitude, I'll be like, I'm not going to consider you. Because
Correct.
if you're acting so cocky here, I don't know how cocky you'll be on the
In the
console.
club. Yeah. You're
So
right.
it's like that. I mean,
You're
things have
right.
changed.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
If your first priority is how many drinks will I get, and what can my billing be like, then I immediately cut that person off.
Of course.
So I feel a lot of older DJs are getting mentally drained and stressed out because they are not able to get the amount of work that they were getting.
Right.
But it's happening with everybody. It's not just like the older
Exactly.
DJs. Even the top DJ also has a period when they're not getting any gigs because of whatever. Maybe it's their pricing
Right.
that
You're
some
right.
places are not able to match.
You're right.
Overall, nightlife hours have decreased.
Yeah.
In many states, the timing is not great enough for you to earn that much revenue.
Or it's not economically viable for the club.
And
That's-
be a little accommodative. Don't be stubborn.
Right.
Be a little understanding. See, sometimes you can also understand the vibe of the city, how long it runs, what are their business hours, how
Correct.
much are they making. Based on that, you can alter your fee also.
Of course.
So
yeah. What's one rule you would enforce in every club in India if you could?
women's safety. It is the only issue I feel that, like the rest of the issues, can be very well monitored and handled. Women's safety is one thing that I see very, very few places. Believe me, a woman on the dance floor sometimes is very, she's shy, or she's slightly underconfident, or she's scared when something is going wrong around her.
Right.
She will not voice her opinion over there. She will not want to take panga. She might just leave.
Correct.
Yeah? But I see security guys, such huge fuckers. I don't know what they eat, but it's just bodies standing over there and doing nothing. They are there to suck up to all these rich guys and girls that are booking the table, and they want to make an extra buck, trying to be nice to them and all of that kind of stuff. But they don't look at the overall presence of the club,
Yeah.
And a woman, believe me, in 50 to 60% of the places, they're not safe.
Right.
I've seen crowd filtering happening big time in places. You're dressed well, suit, so they think like, wow, is of some caliber. Hugo Boss का suit पहन के आया है. But brother, 3 drinks down ना, उसका हाथ जाता है किसी के
Right.
पिछवाड़े पे, trying to slowly go touch the person, shoulder. And when I have taken these concerns to the security guys,
Right.
they just stand there and say, if she is not complaining, then why? Like Hindi में, I mean, basically. So it sounds even more than, अरे उनको नहीं पड़ी है तो तुम काहे के लिए tension में? And I feel so hurt. And I'm telling you, I get criticized by some clubs, not the clubs, but the people that come to the clubs, the guys especially, because I have many a times, our guys, our ratio only is such that the men are more than the women, right?
Right.
So dance floor ke samne, it will just be a sea of men.
Right. Yeah.
And I keep seeing couples and girls slowly disappearing in the corners.
Right.
Because they cannot fight these guys, right?
Right.
So I take the mic, I nicely, humbly say, guys,
Yeah.
we all love to see women. So just can we make some space for the single women in the club? I actually
Right.
go on the mic and say that. For some time, all the girls come on the floor again. But 10 minutes बाद वही situation. So I could change that one thing. I would make sure that women's safety, a special place for women to even hang.
Right.
You know, all of these things. I have always been very straightforward with owners, clubs, promoters, people who are going to build clubs.
Right.
And I look at their toilets first.
Yeah.
You know,
Of course.
and then I look at their gate and all a lot of those things when I have to advise them, and they actually think like, "Arey yaar, तेरे को क्या लेना देना toilet से?" But bro, I am not the only guy responsible to make the night.
Right. Of course. There are
But
so
when
many
you have
little
screwed,
elements.
yeah, so many, right?
Yeah.
But when you have screwed all these things, when the guy at the gate
Yes.
or the girl at the gate has given you attitude to get in,
Right.
it starts from there.
Correct.
You're a little upset.
Yeah.
Now you get in somehow. It takes you 20 minutes to get your first drink.
Right.
So you're a little more like frustrated.
Yeah.
It's only after the third, fourth drink, when you're slightly high, you start concentrating on the music that the DJ is playing and you start enjoying.
Right.
Now from there onwards, it's the DJ's job to make sure all those fuck ups are repaired.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
By the end of the night, you walk out saying, "Yaar, maza aa gaya."
Yeah.
But we have to cover up for so many other people's stupidity in the club. But there are some places which look into all these things.
Right.
There are, but they're very few, Vicky. I get amazed to meet the owners and the management of such places. The rest of them don't think this is important, and that's it. Which is why
You're right.
they die. After
You're
some
right.
time, they're gone.
Bang on. Yeah. Clem, once again, thanks for walking us through that section with your experience. And since we are at the TMS, this next section is something that I've carved especially for today. And this is called Mentorship Reloaded. Now, this is where we are going to specifically talk to you about your journey as a teacher and as an educator. And we are going to ask you a few questions which cover this whole spectrum.
Right.
Have you ever seen a student who has reminded you of your younger self?
Shine, not my student though. I'll be very, very honest with you. I think many years back, I was doing a corporate event over here, a private birthday party. And I always, when I'm doing long sets, I always have a second DJ or a assistant or whatever you might call it to help me out. But it's to help me out with only few things.
Right.
It's like in between the party, if I feel like taking a piss or something like that, you just fill in for me. Most of the time, it will be me only playing.
Right.
So there was this one time I was doing a party and I asked TT, do you know anybody that can come and assist me? Because obviously, first of all, I mean, the budget that I'm getting, I want to keep it for myself. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
If I have to share it, I want to share as less as possible.
You're right.
I want to pay.
Yeah.
But less.
Right.
I cannot pay half the amount. So
Correct.
I'm very honest.
Yeah.
This is my budget.
Right.
You know, I will have a budget, but it'll be this much. So TT sent me this guy. He came and introduced himself. I'm Shine. This must have been maybe about 15 years back or so, or something, you know. So I was also much younger. He was really young. I look at him and I'm like, fuck, dude, you look stoned as hell. I didn't tell him. His eyes were all red. And you know, he like, hi, I'm Shine. And I'm coming from this very like hardcore street background, kind of a fast-paced mind, all of that stuff. So I'm like, okay. Then once I took over the console, he just stood there, you know, anything, like you want anything. Night went well. We dispersed. I was coming back to do another party. I asked for him again. Again, I see him like look stoned as hell. And he spoke also back then very gently and slowly also. Yeah. He's picked up now, you know, because he came from he didn't come from a English speaking background.
Yeah.
He came from a rural background. He was doing everything else possible to live a life and to survive. And then he got into music and that kind of made him happy and he pushed it, you know. So now I meet him there. So then finally I like, boss, I have to. I'm like, boss, don't come for gigs smoking up. Because it's very obvious that you're stoned. So he's like, but bro, I don't smoke. Huh? No, how can you look like this then? He's like, I don't even drink. I'm like, you don't drink on the day you come to work, or you don't drink also? No, I have never touched it in my life. I said, fuck, then how are your eyes so red? You know,
Yeah.
I don't know whether it was stress, whether it was whatever. He had red eyes.
Right.
You know? Maybe a slight stubble or something. So yeah, हम लोग तो judge बनने में expert है. So I was like thinking like ये मस्त फूक के आ रहा है, you know. But बाद में पता चला कुछ भी नहीं करता बंदा. So that actually kept me going stronger with him, because I always wanted someone around me who doesn't have these habits.
Yeah.
You know.
You're right.
So that's the only thing I told him is, boss, everything is fine, but don't come stoned. You know, and you're standing right next to me. You know. So that's when he told me, I found it damn funny. And believe me, this guy didn't even have a bike. He didn't have a scooter. Also, he would come in public transport. From then to now, I think he's done fantastically.
Absolutely.
Well, we all know that he's a really nice character guy also. He loves to do his night rounds, going meeting all friends from one gig to the other.
Right.
And this is what I used to do. I don't do it anymore, but this is what I used to do back in Bombay when I started. This was our life. One guy finishes his set, his club closes, he will connect with all the area DJs who have finished. They will all meet, go to the next club that is going to shut in an hour or two. Then they will go there and party. Then that gang will go to the next club that is going to be, and ये सिलसिला चलता 6-7 बजे तक. Then finally all of them will go early morning to that one early breakfast place to eat breakfast. By the time we go home, it's 8:39 in the morning. You know,
you're right.
And it would happen practically 4 times a week.
Correct.
So that's how things were, and like I see that in Shine, he's actually like, he's very स्वभाव जो बोलते हैं ना, he's very different compared to mine. You know, I'm hard, harsh, lethal, brutal, all of those things. But
you see a younger version.
I see a younger version of me in him, slightly more tamed, nicer. Obviously, never drank and never smoked up or anything in his life, so that's a great thing. You should do it while you're younger, but after some time, just pace it out, and it should not be dependent on your drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
Shine, I spoke a lot of good things about you, okay? You're going to buy me the new 3000X.
Tell us a time a student has taught you something instead.
Actually, I won't just say a student. I always learn something or the other out of other DJs. And I'm always open to it. Now I don't go to the clubs that early. Because firstly, like I said, the newer set of talents are kind of loud while you walk in.
Yeah.
They also don't know, a lot of them don't even know what kind of music to play before you come there. Bajao everything. But it also could be, the club could be demanding it. You know? So, and maybe I'm playing a late set. But some of the times I find the resident DJs to be some of the world's best DJs.
No, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
Every city has them, and when I go to some of these places, sometimes I'm so amazed with their skills. You know, they're so quick with their searching of the tracks. They're so quick with loading. And equally good with the flow. You know, their flow is so flawless. Believe me, I'm thinking like, yaar, मैं क्या करने वाला हूँ? Not in a bad way.
Right.
Because that guy is so good. You know, like, and you always learn. Sometimes I'm telling, like, you know, even a shift between genres. What track के बाद क्या track shift कर सकते हैं? You know, what kind of a trick to do. So there is always to learn, I feel. It's just a moment. It just matters how open your ears are to listening to these things.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. A student who surprised you with insane talent.
Atmik. Very humble, simple looking boy that came here. He did really well for himself. He got into production and he got into the Kannada industry, in fact.
Okay.
So he started scoring some good music in various segments, like, you know, from movies to other things. Kept putting work out there. Atmik Rai. His name is Atmik.
Very nice. What's the most repeated mistake that students make, no matter how many times you correct them?
As much as we try to teach them, their basics they are not able to adapt. They just somehow, for them, the moment it touches that red, they feel I have achieved it. You know, so a lot of these things I feel they are not able to understand, because sometimes I see them playing in some places and I go there. They don't have the how you say, the intelligence of checking how
Yes.
they are sounding.
Yeah,
Right?
you're right.
I will either have a friend,
You're right.
or I will walk out here when I'm,
Absolutely.
just to go out, because I'm not
Yeah.
hearing the outside
Yeah,
sound.
yeah.
But I want to know how is it sounding tasteful or it's not.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, see, the basic sound checks are not performed, Clem, like, the way they are before. When you play a few tracks and then you walk in and you gauge the room and how it's sounding, and what volume level you need to be at, and then half an hour later, how many points you need to increase, and then how much. Like, no one does these checks anymore.
It's called, I think, dance floor science.
Yeah.
And there are very few people actually kind of learn that in time.
Right.
I don't blame these guys. At the same time, I want them to put in that effort as well, by going for gigs, going for opening slots, and seeing
Right.
what is really going on. How is the opening DJ playing? What are the levels kept?
Right.
These guys, they go to a club. For them, if
Yeah.
it is kept at a normal level, they
Right.
think it's low. They think by keeping it loud, suddenly everybody will start
Right.
coming on the floor.
Right.
So,
Do you ever feel students today want more shortcuts than skills?
yeah, I think so. I don't know if what they're watching, they're getting so influenced by it. I think they don't know a proper journey to achieve it. So, which is why I would like to talk about this, that Sai and myself, we have now curated a special course to mentor the students. Because what we are doing right now is teaching you the skills of how to be a DJ,
Right.
and how to learn the art of DJing, and then you're going out there. So we can't really blame you for the because we are experienced and you're not.
Correct.
So, which is why we have curated a course to kind of mentor these students, and we're going to actually launch it now in October. It's 6 weeks course which covers a lot of topics.
Okay.
So I feel that should kind of help a lot of them to kind of stabilize themselves and learn like the business aspect of how to survive in the industry as well. How to present yourself, how to build yourself,
Got
how
it.
to kind of, it involves a lot of patience and stuff.
Right.
So we have structured these things for
Right.
the younger talent. Today people want a complete package.
Right.
So your real estate has gone up. Your expenses for building a nightclub has gone up.
Right.
Your government taxes has gone up. So overall, your expense in a nightlife has gone up.
Yeah.
So if you want to earn that kind of money,
Right.
your pricing also has gone up. So they want to know, what are you going to bring me on the table for me to pay you that kind of money, So it's very different from where we came from. But this is the expectancy in today's day and age.
Yeah.
And there's very few clubs that book you for your skills and for your talent, because they have their own set of people that have a liking for them.
Right.
They come there because they believe, tonight when I go to that club, I'm going to irrespectively have a good time.
Yeah.
Because their programming is good.
Yeah.
Their drinks are good. Their management is good. So everything is good. I don't really need to know who the artist for the night is.
Right.
मुझे पता है अच्छा होगा.
हाँ,
It's like
वही.
that. So as long as it's like that, we fit in.
Correct.
But otherwise, you have to give something in return to get something. So I think like people who will adapt such skills and use these things in the right way, whether it's AI, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, because that's where you're getting your work from.
Correct.
That's where recognition is coming from. But take this all to your advantage, not to your disadvantage.
Yeah.
And I think there's only success out there.
Of course.
The technology is making things easy,
Yeah.
but use it to your benefit.
Ride the wave.
Yeah.
Clem, once again, thanks for walking us through that. And now we are going to go into the next segment, which is called as the gig horror stories. We are specifically going to break down some of the gigs that you have done over the years and what went wrong. Tell us, what was the worst gig of your life and what happened there?
A very popular man for whose birthday we were playing for, and I was actually playing around the clock. Like, I had started off at 10 in the morning. I stopped next morning at 7. I barely went to sleep for 2-3 hours. I was back for the afternoon party. I had to open for Enrique Iglesias, this, that, all of that kind of stuff. So it was a back-to-back 2 to 3 day event. But on the final day, I don't know what went wrong in that area. It was an outdoor event that the locals had planned an attack. So the moment this man, whose birthday it is a very popular, influential man, the moment he left the party, the entire locals just barged into the party with, like, you know what a koita is? With the one that you break the coconut with?
Yeah.
That, sticks and all of that kind of stuff. Believe me, I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm playing. We just saw like a huge clutter of crowd coming and hammering everybody who were in that one particular uniform, the working guys. All right. They were only catching those people. So we took off our t-shirts. This was happening on a beach.
Right.
We just took off our t-shirts. I grabbed 2-3 of my friends, the MC, whoever was there. I knew the inside out of those beaches. We just ran as far, walked into a shack, sat, and we just ordered something and pretended like we were guests in that event. Back there in that party, everybody was getting thrashed by the locals. So that was one bad episode that happened, you know. And we still don't know why, but maybe it was because I don't know whether the volume levels were loud and they had to put up with all of those things, or whether there were restrictions for their movement, you know, because of this event, all of those things. And people are very frustrated in more ways than one. So they were only waiting for this one person to leave, the main guy to leave, because they couldn't, if they come into the picture when he was there, then it becomes a very huge scene.
Right.
So they just waited for him to leave. Their fight was with the team that organized and put, it's not their fault.
Got it,
but their anger was against the people that were working.
Right.
So yeah, that was one episode which was very scary.
Yeah.
We almost thought we were going to get chopped off.
Technical failure on stage that almost killed your DJ set.
So I use tractor and stuff like that. So there have been many times it crashed. You know what I mean? Like I am very, very like हड़बड़ी में रहता हूँ. कुछ भी update आया तो पट से update कर लूँगा. You know, all of that stuff. I will not have the patience to wait for some time. So couple of times this has happened with me, and that taught me, boss, you need to have a backup. That's the only technical failure
that's happened.
But yeah. Otherwise, today, very honestly, whenever I'm doing, most of the time when I'm doing private or corporate events, they always have a great team. I can tell from the switchboard only.
Yeah, of course.
Straight out.
You're right. You're bang
am I
on.
working with a good company or not?
You're right.
Straight away.
You're right.
I can, with the switchboards, power sockets only, I know whether the company is good or not. So when I travel to some of these states, up north, down south, some of the places,
they still
have a lot to learn.
You're right.
And when you tell them anything, they feel like, who are you to tell us? So I just tell them in a very nice way, listen, this is my profession, and it takes me to a lot of places, and I work with a lot of people.
You're right.
So what I'm telling you, don't take it as don't take it in a bad way.
Yeah.
Take it as a suggestion.
Right.
Whether you want to implement it the next time or not, it's completely your choice.
What's the craziest fight or drama that you have witnessed from the console? Again, you don't have to take names. You can just tell us of any incident that's happened.
In my early stage of DJing, I only have faced a gun 3 times. Okay, not one. That one episode I told you, but I've had a gun on my forehead 3 times. There was a time in Bombay when, you know, there were 2-3 notorious groups that used to be very, very regular to nightclubs. Now, believe it or not, the main guy in that group is actually like, he will come to the console. He will, Clement bhai kaise ho, hug, kiss, ye, wo, sab kuch. You will never tell that this guy could break into a fit in the next half an hour. But the thing is, they are in a group. They are at least 7 to 10 men together. And something at one point of the night goes wrong. And believe it or not, there is bloodshed going on. There's bloodshed going on. Okay, like there's loud music, lights, I'm DJing, and there is bloodshed. Tore four, and you're not even allowed to stop the music. वही म्यूजिक के इसमें ना वो लोग अपना झगड़ा वगड़ा खत्म करके बाहर चले जाके साफ सफाई करके नाइट इज ऑन. I've personally been through such situations where I've banned a lot of people's entry.
Right, yeah.
And in fact, one of the names I wouldn't even hesitate taking is Hardcore. You know the singer Hardcore?
Yeah.
I don't know where she is right now, but thank God wherever she is, I hope, like, she's a ridiculously obnoxious, rude human being, and I faced this a lot in my residency in Bombay, and where we have had to like ban her from walking in, because the moment she walks in, it's trouble. There's something going wrong. I hope she's in a better place today, wherever she is. No disrespect, but back then she was a threat. She was like, wherever she is, man, there had to be 95% of the time there had to be a fight.
Right.
And she was really loud, obnoxious, and oh God, she's such a brilliant talent.
Yeah.
But again, like, I don't know.
Right.
So she used to challenge me every time.
Yeah.
The moment she walks in, she wants her music, Sean Paul or whatever it is, like, all of that. I have no problem, but like, I've just played it or just wait for some time, But she will be so. She used to go and stamp my girlfriend's foot and kick her and all that shit. Yeah, like she was so badly behaved, and everybody because she was a woman, people were putting up with it for a long time. But then finally, management had to also. I was like, boss, the moment she walks in, you look, everybody is threatened.
Yeah.
And then finally, she from 6-7 places we had to stop her. Hardcore, wherever you are, I hope you're a better person now.
What's the most random place that you have ever had to DJ at?
Again, I'm not going to name the family.
Yeah.
One of the biggest families of this planet. I had to DJ for the kids. Kids as in, they're not really kids. They're like, so family ka bacche log ke liye party tha. So the event company told me ki, Clement, the DJ console is not really in the best place for you. Basically, they have a wine wall. You are playing from inside the wine wall. So I'm trying to think. In China House also, I was playing in between two wine walls, So, and they made a console. So I thought like, वैसा कुछ होगा. When I reached there, it's actually like, it's actually like maybe this big, the width, and layers of wine. और उसमें इतना gap में they have put the console and they put me inside the wine wall. So basically, like Vicky, if I'm looking here, the console is here. Okay, this is the wine wall. This is the wine wall. Party is there. Okay, party is there. Now that's not the worst part. The worst part was being inside the wine wall. Wine walls have direct air conditioning.
I know.
And very
super chill.
Super chill. I can handle a lot of
cold.
I love cold weather.
Yeah.
I can, but brother, that day I had to send my assistant down to get me 2 more caps because, and cover my ears. My hands could not feel whether I'm touching cue or touching play, nothing, frozen. We were not allowed to even put a candle because it was a complete, like, there were no lights. In the bar also, where the bar guy is serving, there were 2 candles for no activity to be seen.
Got it.
You understand?
Yeah.
The brightest lights in the room were my dear LED lights. Like, when has that been the most brightest light in a gig?
It was pitch dark.
It was pitch dark to theek hai yaar. Cold. Matlab, in the morning, I had a brain freeze, I had eyeball freeze, I had can freeze, I had freeze everything. Everything was frozen. Gutlis had become like ice cubes. I'm not even kidding. Brother, it was like, whoa, like, and it was a 10-12 hours set.
I hope you got paid well for it, though.
No, I get paid well for such events, but that does not mean you're going to
Right.
you know, but it was,
Subject yourself to permanent damage.
it was brutal. It was like it was. I'm telling you, I have not played in such a hard condition.
Right.
Like I don't know when I'm pressing the next track. I don't know if it's pressed. You know, feeling in your hand.
You're right.
So like constantly rubbing hands, walking out to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because the bathroom was the one place वहाँ थोड़ा light
Light.
था. तो गर्म पानी चालू करता था.
हाँ.
You know, I used to put the hot water on and keep my hands there for some time. Wash and okay, I know now 3 minutes of the track are over. Run back again, play, like all of these things. Yeah. And in one of the most elite places.
Yeah. Once again, Clem, thanks for giving all that information and walking us through all the gig horror stories that you have been through. Now we are finally moving to the final segment of this episode, which is called the DJ Confessions. Okay, basically, I am going to ask you straight statements and you have to say whether they are true or false. You have played the same track twice in a night and hoped no one noticed.
Yeah.
You have played a song that you personally hate because the crowd won't stop asking.
That even happens today.
You have purposely cleared the dance floor with one bad track.
Many a times. But okay, let me clarify. This is also at that hour when everything is done.
Right.
You know, the party is over.
Yeah.
But there are two idiots that don't want to leave.
You have blamed the sound system when it's actually been your mistake.
Never.
So you have played a set while drunk and hoped that no one noticed.
Of course. My 20s was full of it, that only.
You have looked at the console screen of another DJ to see what they are playing.
Yeah. 100%. Like I said, there are so many good DJs out there, and sometimes they are playing some brilliant music. I ask them, but if they are too engaged or they're too occupied with the gear, then I just speak.
You have been paid more in alcohol than in money.
True. When I started.
Okay. You have accepted a song request just because the person was attractive.
Oh God, so true.
You have accepted a request just to get someone off your back.
Yeah, true.
You have gotten away with a massive mistake because no one noticed.
True, and I'm an expert at that. Example like sometimes I might stop the same track due to lighting or whatever. Like lighting is one of the biggest concerns. It's dark, so I stop the same track. So it'll go cut. You know, sometimes when you're on the pioneer, and I'll press play, and I will just continue as if that's an effect. You know, sometimes I actually stop the track by mistake, and then I instantly realize I've stopped it. I will time it 1, 2, and release it. You know, on the beat, like as if it was meant to be like that.
Right.
So maybe a few more mistakes like that, and I will never show it like it was my mistake. I will always make it look like it was a part of my set. And believe it, it passes up.
Clement, once again, thank you for shedding light on a lot of things that we didn't know about you. And I think personally, that's the beauty of sitting down with someone like you, wherein you come totally raw and unfiltered. And that's exactly the way that we wanted you on this episode. So thank you once again for gracing us with your time. And it's been a brilliant episode again.
Thanks, Vic. Are we doing one more? No, I enjoy talking. I'll be very honest with you. I thank you also for doing this with me. But I feel like I have stories to tell.
Right.
There's abundance that has happened in my life, from personal to professional. So, I mean, those who know me well will vouch for me that he's a talkative bastard. You know, he can talk and talk and talk. So, as long as it can be of help to anybody or any of that sort, or as long as it can even put a smile on someone's face, it can be informative. I'm happy with this.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.